and welcome to Stitches and Jacks. My name is Karen. I live in the northwest of England with my husband and 5 Jack Russells. Welcome to my crafty podcast. It's going to be all about knitting this episode. That's all I've been doing these last few weeks. It's been a little while since I saw all of you last. I think I saw you middle of February, just after Valentine's Day. So yes, welcome. I've had a few new subscribers, so welcome especially, and thank you very much for your company, and thank you for subscribing and liking my channel. I will explain later on why it's taken me so long to come back. It's nothing major, it's just the current climate that we find ourselves in. So what have I got for you today? I have a couple of finished objects, I have a whip, and I have a test knit. So I think what I'm planning to do is I'm going to sort of catch up with myself, share with you what I've been doing, and then hopefully come back next week, or come back by the end of the month, which is next week. And yes, I think that's the plan in my head. So we'll see what actually happens. Yeah, I can tell that I haven't filmed for a little while, so I feel a bit all over the place. So I need to pull myself together. That's what I've been saying these last few weeks. Pull yourself together. So I think we need to, first of all, we need to address the elephant in the room, really, and that is, I think, my eyebrows. I've had a go at, just doing my eyebrows. I am, well, I was a redhead, so I'm having a bit of help at the moment with the old bottle, which I don't think is too bad. But the eyebrows, I'm a woman of a certain age, I'm 55, and I know there's going to be some of you out there that are going to say, oh my goodness, is that all she is? So yes, I'm going through that funny stage in every woman's life, and I'm fine. Mother Nature's gone, and I'm quite happy with that. What they don't tell you is all the other little lovely bits of the menopause that happens, and I'm going bald on this side. Because I'm so fair, it doesn't really, my eyebrows never show up, my eyelashes never show up. So I tend to get my eyelashes tinted, always have mascara on. Because I'm so fair, I kind of look like an albino. So my eyebrow pencil that I have been using for the last year, as I say, it's taken me quite a long time to use eyebrow pencil. I've run out. So I'm currently just experimenting, and for me it's like a huge thing, so I'm hoping that they don't look like 2 great big caterpillars. Any tips will be welcome. Right, let's get on to finished objects. So, finished objects. Da-da. Let me go and stand up, and I can show off, prance about a bit, and show you. Right, bear in mind that my word for the year was believe, to believe in myself, and I believed enough in myself that I can make a jumper, and that I can make a jumper that fitted. So da-da. I was just worried about these babies, these beauties. So yes, I am so chuffed to bits that I have managed to make this. Look at my hair everywhere. I'm like a wild woman. So this jumper, in case any of you don't know, is the Whitmoor jumper by the lovely Amy Loudon. And as soon as I saw this, I think it was the end of 2019. I fell in love with it. I just thought it was absolutely, yeah, beautiful. Really, really loved like the stitch pattern. So yes, I didn't believe that I could do it. And then I think it must have been about a year ago that I saw Lindsay from Stitch Create Love, and she came on and she had it, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And she had made it in a yarn from Aldi, like an acrylic. I'm not apologising anymore. You got acrylic in your stash? Use it. And that's all what you want to use? Use it. So, being of a certain age, no, not being of a certain age, being of a certain size, yeah, I'm a woman of all sizes now, or I've been all sizes. I didn't want to invest in hand-dyed yarn in case I couldn't do this, but I've managed to do it, and I am really, really pleased with it. I've knitted a large, and I think got a little bit of, I have got a tummy, yeah, and I've got a bit of a bum. Hopefully they balance each other out. But I think I look okay. I do actually think I look okay. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Keep stroking my yeah, I'm really happy with it. Let me just pause this camera a minute. Right, so let me tell you a little bit more about the pattern. I absolutely loved it, and Amy, hold your hand all the way through up until I think June last year. I hadn't even made a top-down jumper, so I knew that I wanted to do this. So I practiced just the top-down. I think it was the flax by Tin Can Knits, and I made that for my jumper. Made it for my jumper, made it for my grandson Fred. So I understood the construction. And Amy, she literally has the pattern, and it's as if she's sitting there on the couch with you, and she's just telling you what to do. She tells you where to place your stitch markers, and you just go from there. And I think last time I explained to you that I'd had to, well, I tried it on and I didn't think that it was big enough. I'd actually started to knit the medium, and I had finished all the lace work, and I'd split for the sleeves. And I'm thinking now that I probably could have got away with the medium, but I don't think this looks too big on me. So I've knitted it exactly to the pattern, except I think I've put an inch on the bottom before I put the rib on. I'm only 5'2", and as I said, I've got a bit of a tummy, so I just wanted it just that little bit longer. And the arms, I've knitted those exactly the same. The only thing that I've done differently from the pattern is I've done a 2x2 rib. I'll just show you. I have it there, which I think that looks quite nice, and I followed it through on the sleeves. And for no other reason other than I always do a 2x2 rib. I never do a 1x1 because I don't like the look of it, but I think it would have been, yeah, it would have been lovely. I don't like the way I knit it, but yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. I'm really happy with the stitch definition. As I say, it's an acrylic yarn, so I'll just show you. Yeah. And what I used, I'll just get my bag. Let's say I hadn't got my label, so I used the Stylecraft Bellissima, and the colour that I used was the double denim. You can see that. So for my size, I think I should have had, let me just check that, I'll be back in 1 minute. Right, get myself together. So I needed, for when I started it in the medium, I only had 5 100-gram balls at 293 yards per ball. So I had plenty, but then when I decided to go up into the large size, I was about 30 metres short. And one of my lovely friends, she sent me a ball. Bizarrely, she'd been able to buy something from buy a ball from a shop that had been closed through lockdown. So she kindly sent me that, and I have finished this without touching the ball that she has made. And I have this. Yes, I have my jumper. I have this plus my swatch, because I'd actually started a cardigan. So for some reason I don't know, I went wrong. I mean, the stitches look fine there, but that's by the by anyway. So I'd pulled that cardigan back. I think I just wasn't in the right mind space then, and I really love this colour. I think it's coming up a lot deeper, a lot lighter than what it is. Oh, my brain into so yeah, so I've had enough. I've had enough yarn. So I am chuffed to bits with this. I do think, actually looking at it now, I probably could have knitted the medium, and I think I certainly will have a go at making a smaller size. So I'm really pleased on the yarn. I can't remember, I meant to look it up, sorry. That, say for instance it was £3 a ball. I think it's about £2.79. I could be making that up. But say for a commercial yarn it's £3 for 100 gram, so that would have cost me £15 for a jumper, as opposed to hand dyed. The hand dyed are beautiful, and I think perhaps sometimes the pricing puts us off of using that if we've got to buy a bigger yarn quantity. I was a bit worried about the negative ease. It was 14. I think I had to do 49.5 inches because I needed, was it 9 inches or something, to go round like this area. But no, I am I'm pleased with that. I haven't blocked it because it's acrylic, and I've been told as well that the sleeves just get longer. And I'm not sure if that's with acrylic or with dyed yarn, but I will just see. And the whole purpose of this is to give me the confidence that I've actually made this. I've shown it to my husband and my daughters, and they really, really like it. And yeah, I am chuffed to bits. Chuffed to bits. If I said how much I'm chuffed to bits of it. So yay! I could knit myself a jumper. I mean, I've knitted loads of jumpers for my grandsons. It's just myself, so that's it. I can knit anything now. She said so. Yeah, watch your space. So what else have I got that's finished objects? I can't remember whether I showed you this last time. I haven't sewed the ends in. I blocked it. And this is, it's quite a few people are, is it the kitchen sink? Oh, I hate this when I don't remember things. I've got a bit of a problem with my computer. I've got a problem with my brain and my mouth today. So my poor husband has been trying to sort it out, and we think the problem is me. Something to do with the updates, because it comes on, it says, do you want to do the update? And I'm like, no, remind me later. And I just keep doing it for about the last 8 years. So the poor guy, he's like, yeah, he's got a problem on his hands, so I don't know. So I can't remember if I've shown you this. But this is, yeah, in the kitchen sink. How beautiful is that? I think if I knitted it again, which I think I will do, is this is really near the edge. I'll just show you. It's a pattern, not me. So I think I would add a couple of rows before I started. Yeah, a couple of rows in stocking stitch before I started. And have I got the... so bad, aren't I? I've got the yarn. The yarn is beautiful. So I've got 2 now. I haven't printed off the one for this month. What did I make it out of? I made it out of the new Stylecraft. I think it was the cotton. So bear with me. I'll go and find my bag. Right, sorry. So I've made it out of the Stylecraft Naturals bamboo and cotton. Is it? And it is shade. Glasses. Let's have a look. Does it have a shade on there? Oh, coral. Coral. Of course it's coral, isn't it? Oh my word, I cannot tell you how wonderful that is to knit with. But I did knit. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That is a dream. I have got the Jenny Crow kit that came out last year. I made anything. The flowers, can't remember what the kit's called. I remember, I'll put it on the screen here. I was knitting away on this and thinking, oh, I'd really love to make something with that. So that'd be nice to crochet with that. And as I say, I've not printed off my other one for a March Dishcloth. So hopefully I'll get my act together and next week I can show you what I've started. So that's finished objects. Sock talk. I think when I saw you last, I was working on my February socks, which I completed, and these were my Locatelli socks, cables. Is that right? Yeah. Cables down the back, exactly what the pattern says. Oh my word, are these the most beautiful socks? Not because I've knitted them, because of the designer, and they are by one of my favourite yarn dyers, Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. And I think last time I had the one a sock blocker, but I did an Amazon order and I ordered something and I said it'll either be really good or it'll be rubbish. And I do believe that it is really good. I ordered what's called a foot form. Let's just see. Now this is making this look on my camera. Can you see the cables? Yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed knitting these. I knitted these on DPNs. So a bit down here I was a bit sort of fingers and thumbs just because I had the DPNs and a cable needle. But yeah, really like those. So they are my February socks, and I even like the 1x1 rib down the socks. I'd quite like to do something else like that. So they're a hit. They are a hit. So I am very happy with those. And so they're my entry for the Rainbow Chronicle socks. I'm just looking down here to find my March socks. No, they're not my March socks. Too many projects on the go. Oh, here we are. These are my March socks. Now this is the pattern. It was a new pattern release by Knitty Natty New. It was her first pattern. Look at those. Aren't they just beautiful? You can see sort of really slouchy socks, really like indoor socks, after you go to bath, and put those on. So I chose, well, I say I chose, the colour was, or is for March, is peach. And I wouldn't say that is something that I have. Just looking for the label. So I chose Westgreen Loft yarn, and it is the colourway Maple. It's 100 grams, it's 350 metres. And there's the details there. That is the colour. Right, these are beautiful, but I've not finished them. I try and get, you know, one sock done by halfway through the month and then the other sock finished. I'm on the foot, and there's a good reason why I haven't finished them, because I've been busy with something else. So I'm upside down. So they are, there they are, there. It has a picot edge, and she has a little tip in the pattern just to finish it off. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I am so chuffed with that. And then you have the mohair that you knit with for the slouchy part of the sock. So these are lovely. And then the heel flap and gusset. How do I show you that? Yeah, heel flap and gusset. Oh, without it being crooked. It's a bit harder to show you. Let's turn it around. There we are. So yes, I am very pleased with those, and the yarn is lovely. What have I been doing? I've been busy test knitting, and when I was asked to test knit, my first test knit was a pair of socks for Lindsay Tranter of Stitch Create Love, and she asked me if she was releasing her first pattern, and she asked if I'd be one of her test knitters. So I was absolutely made up that she asked me. I think it was like October. Yeah, it was because I was in the Vlogtober. Thoroughly enjoyed them. I say, absolutely love her patterns. Love the way that she kind of thinks out the box, and she wants her patterns to be inclusive of everybody. So I said I knitted them cuff down. I would try and do them, make a pair toe up. And if I could do toe up, then anybody could, so I'd be a good test knitter for that. And that was Flight of the Bumblebees. Then I did the cowl for her. I think I made the cowl first, yes. Dance Like No One's Watching, which is beautiful. It was on my basket, but I think I had it on the other day, so which is really lovely. Again, beautiful pattern, really well written, and that knitted up was a dream. So much so that I made another two for my daughters, for one each year for Christmas. And I always thought to be a test knitter, you had to be, you know, like a really good knitter, a really advanced knitter. And I'm trying to believe in myself, believe in my ability, but also to try and change the language that I'm using. Obviously there's, you know, patterns, stitches, things that I haven't come across, but that's all part of the process. And I just wanted to say, if anybody was thinking about being a test knitter or offering to test knit, give it a go, because my understanding of test knitting, being a test knitter, is they would like a pool of people that they can use. It's going to be people that they use regularly, but they also want some new blood as well. They want to have a pattern that is to see who. You're not just checking for, obviously you're checking for any typo errors, for any instructions, to make sure that everything flows, comparing sort of the written instructions to the chart instructions, or just using the written instructions or using the charts. So if you're new to it, give it a go. What's the worst thing that can happen is you don't do it. And if you've provided the yarn, you've got literally, you have a test pattern, so there might be a few mistakes in there. So you haven't even got, you might not even have a perfect pattern, in the sense of, if there's like a typo error, that's what I mean. Yeah, but give it a go. So something came up. I don't know if I can say anything about it. It's being released this week. All I can say is that I've knitted a shawl and a lace shawl. And yeah, I've made it. I've still got to block it, so that's my job later today. And so I'll block that and then just finish that tomorrow. Take some photographs, list it from my stash. Yay! So I'm really pleased that I put myself out there and they said yes please, and I've completed it and no problem. So darling Lindsay, Stitch Create Love, she has another pattern in the works. She's really busy lady. So she's got a shawl and it's a 3-coloured lace shawl. She said that I can talk about it. I think Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit, I think she's already shown you. She is like the Speedy Gonzales of like knitting. Oh my word, she's amazing. She produces like beautiful work. So I think she's already started. Well, it showed it on a podcast, and I know now that she has finished it. It's blocking and it's beautiful. So the shawl's called Natural Beauty. It's a 3-skein shawl and it's made up of lace, like a simple lace, garter stitch and a stocking stitch. So let me show you what I have chosen. And I need, oh right, this is in my lovely bag from Duckpool Lane. So I have chosen, and I say this is from my stash. I've used Snuggly Stars yarn for the first colour. That's at the bottom. So it's Snuggly Stars yarn, and it's Mountain Mist, the first colour. So this is all the lace will be in this colour. So it's 75% merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters for 100 grams. Then for the second colour, I've used the Dusty Pink on the Fabulous Sock base. So there's the details there. And that is 425 meters. And then for my second colour, no, beg your pardon, Mountain Mist, the grey. I'll tell you what colour it is now. That's my first colour. My second colour I've used Avalon by Hedgerow Yarns. Now this is I would say an old skein. I think I might have bought this 2018. I've used her Syria alpaca, which was really lovely. So I'll show you. So this is the Mountain Mist, and it's beautiful. Yeah. Really lovely. Right, now I've got this attached. So this is the Avalon. And then this is the Dusky Pink. This is the third colour. Yeah, that's obviously the second, and that's the third, and they go together like this. Now, when you're knitting lace, you never get the full glory until it is blocked out, stretched out. So when you look at this, it's a bit of a mess. The bottom is. In the sense of, because it's on a needle, circular needle, and it hasn't been blocked. Let's get the right side, I'll show you. And I'm not going to be able to show you fully, so I'll try and show you one side. Can you see? So can you see? Just So I can show you what I mean. So I could do 3 hands. So you literally you would be pulling this down and it would literally all just come out. Kind of, it still looks a mess. But it is truly beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, as I was saying, Lindsay's patterns, she thinks outside the box. She's released 2 sock patterns, and both of those sock patterns are from cuff down, toe up. So when you purchase a pattern, you're getting 2 patterns for the price of 1, which is brilliant. Especially if you really want to have a go at knitting a top sock, you buy a pattern, you think to yourself, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. Lindsay's given you the opportunity that if it is too much, that you could do the cuff, so you're not wasting your money. Also, she supports you by having the videos on her channel, so you can go and have a look at that. And both the instructions are separate, so they're not intermingled, so there's no confusion. So with the lace, she explained that for her personally, she enjoys like the start of the shawl. If you're going to do a triangular shawl and you knit it from the bottom, you only got a few stitches, and you gradually, it just goes up and goes wider and wider and wider till it's finished. And she said she kind of runs out of steam, out of puff when she gets to that bit, and she said it is a bit of a chore and she'll sometimes just put it away. So she wanted to design something that she'd get all that hard work out the way, and then it would just be plain knitting. Just make sure I don't lose it. The stitches fell off my needle last night. So you do have a lot of stitches on your needle to start off with. What I would say is take your time when you're knitting something like this. I really like the concept, and she's right that it is. You have that work in the beginning until you get all that lace out, and then it's just dead easy. You just sit and watch the telly. And this isn't complicated lace. It's lace on the right side, and then it's lace on the right side, and then it's a short pattern repeat. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a short pattern repeat. I can't tell you how many stitches because it's a paid for pattern. But how I've approached this is each pattern repeat I have put a stitch marker for that, and Lindsay does instruct you to do this as well. There's over 300 stitches, but don't let that put you off. If you've never tried anything before, this is a pattern that would be for everybody, whether you are beginning, whether you knitted a couple of shawls, whether you've knitted like really like complicated lace. Sometimes we need projects that give us a bit of everything. So I would cast on your stitches, and then as you're casting them on, put your stitch markers in, and then perhaps so there's over 300, but we'll stick to 300. So I would put my stitch markers in, and then for every, say, 50, perhaps put a coloured marker in. I've used these. I don't know if you can see them. So I've used my silver stitch markers, and then just put a coloured one in sort of every 50, whatever works for you, just so that your eye can just see that you're up to like the next block. You've done a 50, and then you've got another one, another coloured one, or you've done 100. That kind of thing works for me. So I am loving this. I started this a week ago, and I've worked on that, and it is beautiful. Let's try and pull it out a bit. Yeah, can you see now? Yeah, it's lovely. Go over and have a look on. I think Lindsay's released some pictures. They're only not temporary pictures, but she was just blocking it, and she's taken that. They are lovely. So it's called Natural Beauty shawl, and it's in 4-ply. Now, if you don't want, takes 3 skeins, but if you don't knit it in 3 skeins, don't knit it in 3 skeins, like of different colours. Obviously you have to do 3 skeins, but if you've got 3 skeins of one colour, then just do that. Or you could do 3 skeins, two of one colour and one of the other. So that's, right, let's go near the camera. Right, oh, just catch the eyebrows then. Right, so this is the grey, what was it called? Mountain Mist, and it's beautiful, beautiful. And then you've got the Avalon by Hedgerow yarn, so it's there, the eyelets here, the stocking stitch, and then the eyelets here, and then the dusky pink. And it's beautiful. I'm really chuffed with this, so I can't wait to finish it. I think it's going to be a gift, which is even better. So, yeah, I would say if you want to do a test knit, then give it a go. I'll just talk a little bit more about the pattern. I don't want to give anything away, but because when you open the pattern, there is, let me just have a look. There's 18 pages, and I don't know what the standard pattern is. 4 or 5, 6, but she gives you an introduction. Then you have the short form instructions. So she'll give you, she'll give you like the cast on instruction. Whoops. She'll give you the cast on instructions like that. So if you prefer to knit it in that way, do it that way. If you prefer to have like a, let me just see if I can do this, a checklist, which I need, not because I can't do it, but because I've just got to a certain age and I just forget things. So you would, she'll give you this, she'll give you the row, she gives you the row there, so you have all your rows down there, and then with the instruction next to it, and then she gives you, just see, yeah, then you just I don't think I can show you anymore. And then you just you tick that off, and then she also has the a chart for you as well. So she has she's really put some work into this, and has covered all bases. Yeah, with your lace, I would also, if you're doing a repeat, because you're going to do any lace, you're going to do in blocks. So it's normally repeat. You normally repeat it. Occasionally, I think there isn't any repetition. But if there's a repetition of lace work, you can always put a lifeline in, and this is a good way of using any odd yarn left that you've got. I've heard people use floss, or you could just put a marker on the end so you can see that. But if you want to take it back, that would be difficult. Whereas if you've got a lifeline in, you can take it back. But with the pattern, you're just going to be marking everything off. And I've been able to stop and start with the lace, so it's absolutely fine. So yes, I would definitely recommend that. Incoming goodies. I don't sound too bad until I start sort of collecting everything up. I try and sort of put it in 1 or 2 places so that I can share it with you. A few weeks ago, no, but 2-3 weeks ago, Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. No, it was Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. Let me just get this right. Debbie Ford and Moo and Mouse did a collaboration where they released a bag, a pattern, and yarn to knit a pair of socks, and they went like hotcakes. They each had stock in their shops, and you could just order the whole kit and they would send it out to you. So I went on, I think it was Debbie Ford, I went on there first. Well, so quick, it was gone. And then I think I went on to Mouse, and I was able to get myself a kit. So the bag, look at this. It is so beautiful. How cute is that rabbit? And that stitch marker. It is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, she's got a little logo, a name in there. Can I do that properly? Yeah. And do you want to see what's the best bit of the bag? And it makes me smile every time I see it. Ready? Ready? So that's really lovely, really lovely. And then you get the pattern for the socks. So they're called the Cottontail socks, and they're by Debbie Ford. Right, and I don't have a picture. Not sure if I've lost it, but it's the Cottontail socks. Can I show you that much? By Debbie Ford. And then the yarn. And look at this. And this is called a Cottontail. Oh, it's just superb. So it's a deluxe high twist merino, 85% extra fine superwash merino, 15% nylon. It's 360 meters to 100 grams, and it's just stunning. Look at that. So yes, that's was my treat to myself. So. Don't ask me why I'm drinking out of a pint glass. I never drink out of a pint glass. But that was a water that I was given. So, why has it taken me so long to come back? I've just been a bit peculiar. You might think, oh, that's no different. I've been peculiar in the sense of, I think it's just the times that we are living in. I keep telling myself that I've got a lot to be thankful for. You know, I have a home. I have, you know, we live on a fixed income, but we don't have to go out to work. I don't have to do that commute. All my children are safe. My family is safe. So I don't know really. I can't explain it. We had the alarm guy out a couple of weeks ago. I got the Hoover out and knocked the blooming alarm thing off the wall. So the alarm was going. So we've had to have him out. We waited about 2 weeks. So that's part of the reason, because I could feel myself getting, you know, a bit anxious inside. And then he came, and just have to be careful with my husband. He's got type 2 diabetes and some other things. So he is on the at-risk list, and he needs to shield, which he has been. So there's been a lot of, well, I kind of just had to, if we needed to go out, I've had to go out. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. But I can't explain how anxious I was till this guy arrived. And I was there at the door with my disinfectant cloth and a mask, and he had a hand sanitizer. And he said to me, he goes, I've just done it in the van. And we know him. And I'm like, oh, you need to have a squirt. So I squirted it. I was pissed off. So I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, how are you going to be? I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. And I was just like following him. My husband was in the room, but I can't tell you how anxious I was with him getting near my husband. My husband has had his first injection. But I just, yeah, I'd go off, do something, and then come back. Because I think my husband was getting a bit cross with me. Because I kept saying to the guy, what time are you going? What time are you going? I don't think he'd ever seen me like this. There's one point, yeah, I just thought, oh, you've been here ages. I just want you to go. I felt physically sick. I think it was just, you know, all the angst, and it's taken me a little while to settle down. And I cleaned everywhere once he'd gone. Not that he touched anything. I just moved some coats off a peg, which I was really cross with, because I'd have moved those, but they've all been like washed, dried and put away and everything. But yeah, so that's all done. So yeah, I think it's just a bit, I think I'm the same as a lot of people in the sense of that we know that we are going to go back into the new normal, whatever that's going to be. And while we can protect ourselves, is we don't know who we're going to come in contact with. So that's it. So that's my garbled reason. But I'm fine. My husband's fine. We're all fine. I think probably I've just reached a point where that's enough. So I was going to come back a couple of weeks ago, and it was going to be International Women's Day, and yeah, I was going to do some things, but I didn't. So I am going to do something. So International Women's Day, I think it's great that we have it, and I think it's important that we still have it, because there's a lot that still hasn't changed in the 21st century, so we need to keep banging that drum. And while I think we are very supportive in the crafty world of predominantly women, that we need to keep supporting them. So one of the, and as I say, I'm very new to indie dyers. As you will know that I've got a few favourites, but I wanted to pick one out. So I wanted to pick one out, and the reason that I'm picking this lady out is, like a lot of women, she's got a lot on her plate. She works full time. She dyes on a part-time basis. She learnt to knit during lockdown. Yay! And I really like her yarn. So I've decided to give away a skein of yarn from Blue Fern Yarns, and this is the yarn that I'm going to give away. And this is beautiful. It's lovely. So it is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon, and it's 400 meters per 100 grams. And it's beautiful. And also, what I noticed on the label today, she's dated it of when she dyed it. So how great is that? That you'd have a record in your stash of how old your yarn is. So yeah, so I want to give this away. So all I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. If you've already subscribed, just let me know. Leave me a comment. Subscribe. Leave me a comment that you subscribed. And then just tell me who is your most inspirational woman. For me, it's my mum. And I know it's cheesy. I know it's so cheesy, but do you know what? She is, she grew me all those years ago. Yeah, she gave me life, and she's protected me, and she's just been in my corner always. Yeah, and at 55, I still need her in my corner. And still need her in my corner. And it's been really hard, yeah. It's come up to sort of a year, really. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I didn't mean to cry. It's been a year that I haven't seen her. Would have been on the 20th. I took her out shopping. Left her on Mother's Day and her Easter eggs. Thinking that I'll probably see her at Easter, or just after, but we didn't get there. She's fine. She had her injection. She's due her second injection in the middle of April, so yay. And I told her she's still not allowed to go out. I don't want you to go out. So yeah, let's celebrate us being women, being girls, and just the glory of being a female. For me to do this podcast was a huge thing for me, and everybody has just been so lovely and so welcoming and so friendly, and I've had a few messages like, "Are you okay?" and everything, and that's lovely. Thank you so much. You don't need to worry about me. I'm fine, but did really appreciate those messages, and this is, I'm not looking for anything like this. So yeah, I want to just give something back. So let's have a giveaway. So let's have this. Look at this. How beautiful is this? And if nobody leaves me a comment, I'll have it. So yeah, make sure you do that. The other thing, which I am a bit embarrassed about, but I've been talking to myself this morning, I've been like pulling myself together, is the make-along. I put the hashtag out, but what I didn't realise is that when you put a hashtag out, anybody who knows me, if I handwrite something, instead of put an and, I'll always do the squiggle for the and. So I put my hashtag on, and it looked like it accepted it, but evidently it hadn't. So I'm going to put the hashtag along here, and for the mal, it's going to be a 12-month mal. It's S&J finishing kits and whips mal. So that's S&J finishing kits and whips mal. And what the idea is that I think we've all bought a kit, or yeah, whether we've started it or whether we sort of put it in the drawer. I've still got my fox, Reynard Fox, up there. He hasn't got any arms, he hasn't got a tail, and he's naked. Yeah, he hasn't got any clothes on. Don't tell him though. And I've also got a little embroidery kit. I think I bought that 2016. This fox, about 5 years old, that's as far as I got. I think that's what you put something down for some reason, whatever it is, whether you have, I don't know, you have a problem with where you are, you get distracted, then you forget about it. So, yes. So we get over my embarrassment, put on my big girl knickers, and yeah, let's get going. So anything that you want to put in there, even if maybe you bought a sock set, you could use that. Even if you have bought 100 grams of yarn, and even if you create your own, even if you create your own set, your own kit, put it in there, and we'll have a draw. I'm speaking to a friend over the next couple of days, and I'm not sure whether it was supposed to be March, end of March, that we were going to be drawing, whether I should leave it till April, still do the June, and then is it September, and then December. So that's what I'm going to do. So yes, I think on my screen as well, I was able to go in and edit. I think I was able to edit my notes, but I couldn't work out how to edit on the screen. I don't think I could. So my apologies to any of you lovely people that have been trying and failing because of me. I'm so sorry. But yeah, let's get this going. And I think I've got a couple of people that have been successful in being able to, access it. If you can't access it via Ravelry, don't worry. Just message me, send me a picture of what you want to do, where you're up to, and then send me a picture when it's finished, and we'll do that. Yes, I think that's everything. I don't want to waffle on too much. I just want to get this edited, get this up, and then I'll come back next week if that is okay.